Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 14 of Your Father's Story. Let's see what I can reveal about myself today, shall we? In our family, who did you have the most in common with, and who did you have the biggest connection with? Who did I have? Wow. I don't know that it's fair to say that I had a lot in common with anybody in my family. I mean, I don't mean that to sound harsh or anything, or mean. It's just, I was just a different kid, a different person. I was the kid that liked video games and wrestling and all this stuff that, I don't know. I don't think anyone else in my family really... We weren't on the same wavelength as far as that was concerned. Not that there weren't people in my family that didn't like video games. Biggest connection with, I think, my cousins Jen and Jeff, who are siblings. Both of them for sure, I think. I thought Jeff was just the coolest person in the entire world. It might pain Jen to hear me say that, but it's not personal or anything. It's just, I think it had a lot to do with, and people have described it to me as such, that Jeff was the next oldest male in the family. So I think I attached myself to him. He liked video games, and I don't know, he was just cool and funny, and I just attached myself to him. We played a lot of video games together also as we got older. We did a lot of things together, actually. Me and my dad and Jeff spent a lot of time together. My family was, we were kind of like, it wasn't on purpose or anything, but we were kind of like separated into factions, I guess. There was this side that, again, it wasn't spoken out loud. It wasn't like any of us were put down or anything like that, but like there was a side that my grandmother clearly approved of, that were, well-to-do and, had good jobs and things like that. And then there was the rest of us that kind of the blue-collar people, and obviously not me, but certain members of my family smoked marijuana. So they were looked down upon, I guess, kind of in a way. But so there was that aspect of things going on. But I love and still love everybody in my family. And we when we have family get-togethers and stuff, we all got along. There was never any any bickering or arguing or anything like that. I don't remember a single instance of that at any family gathering or anything like that. So it wasn't like we had that to deal with or anything, but there was just clearly this unspoken separation in the family. But yeah, I guess to answer the question, I didn't really have that much in common with anyone in my family, and Jen and Jeff were definitely the people I had the biggest connection with. Jen and I spent a lot of time together too, and Jen clearly loved me a lot and spent a lot of time with me, and we did all kinds of things, and she even slept over at my house a couple times. She was close with my mom too, so that was always very cool, and we still talk occasionally to this day. So yeah, I guess that's the best answer I can give to that question. Boy, I'm starting to run out of questions. All these things have check marks on them. I'm just flipping pages here. Well, this one says, post your favorite picture of me here and tell me why you love it. That one would take some work to do. I'm going to keep going. Oh, here we go. Did you always know you wanted to become a dad? Did you have any reservations? If so, what were they? I didn't always know I wanted to be a dad. I don't think I really gave it that much thought when I was younger. I don't remember thinking about it that much at all. And then, of course, when it happened with Christian, it was like kind of sort of out of nowhere, which is, how these things happen a lot of times. But yeah, no, I really didn't think about it that much. And, when it happened, obviously, it's kind of like, all right, now you got to like man up, now you got to step up to the plate and do all the things you're supposed to be doing. It wasn't as easy as that. I've talked about that before. I did do a lot of the things I was supposed to, and I did. Christian's mom and I did like alternate getting up in the middle of the night with Christian when he woke up, and things were very fair on that level. But I definitely wasn't prepared for it. I don't think there's any real way to prepare for being a parent. You just kind of have to adjust on the fly, and it is what it is, but excuse me. You do what you have to do. If you're a good enough person, you adjust in your head and you know what you have to do, and therefore you do it, you make the sacrifices you have to make, and then you just go and do it. It's as simple as that to say, and obviously it's harder to do when you put it into practice, but that's just basically the way it is. I'm gonna have to look back at that question because there was like a second part to it, and I'm not even sure that I answered it. Oh, did I have any reservations? If so, what were they? Didn't matter. Didn't matter at all, because before I knew it, I was a dad, and obviously, again, going back to being a good person, there are no reservations. If you're in it, you're in it, and that's it. There's no turning back. There's no return to sender. There's no bring it back to the service counter at Walmart and here's my receipt. And it's not the way that shit works. So, no, when I learned about it, I was in. And when Christian was born, that's it. It wasn't any different with Aiden either, because it's what I have to do now. And quite obviously, I love you both dearly, so there's never any regrets. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, when you're in, you're in, and just accept it and move on. But I love you guys to death, so there you go. Looking back on all the bad things I did as a child, which one secretly made you laugh? I have way more memories of Christian than I do of Aiden in this regard. I don't know if it counts as being bad, but he blew up a microwave trying to make ramen because he didn't put water in the thing. That kind of made me laugh. I mean, it was just kind of, I don't know. I remember his mom calling me and being like, Christian blew up the microwave, and I'm like, what? How did he do that? And she told me, I was like, oh shit. Well, that's no good. Of course, there is the infamous story of Christian pooping underneath the back porch. Again, I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, what else are you supposed to do at that point? At least it wasn't in the house. Yeah. So there's that. Um, Again, I don't have as many memories of Aiden. I just know there was a lot of phone calls with Kate, and a lot of things she told me did not make me laugh. But I know that actually I do have one. I do have one, and it's a famous story. So it's nothing that's gonna shock. If Kate and the boys are watching right now, they're not gonna be. This isn't gonna be a surprise story or anything. But Aiden was like a ninja. Like, he could sneak through the house at night somehow. The house was very squeaky and very loud, but he could sneak through, and he could steal chocolate, he could steal snacks, he could steal anything. And apparently he did this once, and he sat like on his grandmother's stomach while she was sleeping and just watched TV and ate snacks on her stomach. How he got away with this, I will never know, but yeah, that is a famous story, and that one did make me laugh when I heard it, because again, what are you going to do at that point, It's already over, and I wasn't there at the time to do anything about it. So, obviously the situation was already handled as much as it could be handled, and you just have to laugh at how good he is at doing what he's doing. So, yeah, there was a lot less things when it comes to getting in trouble that made me laugh with Aiden as much, because Christian didn't get in trouble that much that often, but Aiden had his little issues when he was younger. But so yeah, I think those are all the answers I have to that question. I can't think of either one in any regard to either one that, nothing really comes to mind when I try to think of anything else for that question. So, what can you never be too careful about? There's lots of answers to this question. Driving, for one. You can never be too careful driving. I mean, as always, I know we've discussed this lots of times. It's generally not you guys we're worrying about. It's everyone else on the road that we're worrying about. But I do remember telling Christian when I was teaching him how to drive, don't be afraid to take that extra look either way, when you're turning, It's never a bad thing to have an extra look. Oh boy, what else? I know there's a lot more than that. There's really a lot of things that you can never be too careful with. It just pays to be careful, Can never really be too careful with people either. You never know how they're going to react in a particular type of situation. That's why I always say to be as nice as humanly possible, because, it's got me out of a lot of situations. I'll tell you that much. It's certainly helped me out a lot more in my life than it's harmed me. So in that regard, it's definitely something you can never be too careful about. Using sharp objects, obviously, you're going to never be too careful with that. I myself have failed on many an occasion to being careful with that. Being on time for work, you could never leave too early. I have failed at this on many an occasion. So, that's a don't do as I do, just do as I say type situation. I would also say that you can never be too careful when it comes to life, too. But, you know what? Sometimes you just got to take the risk. You just got to go and do it. Sometimes you just can't be afraid to bet on yourself either. So yeah, I think that's really the only possible answers that I can have to that question. So there you go. And there you have it. That is going to wrap up episode 14 of your father's story. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, notifications, and all that stuff. You can go to robertblanchardbooks.com and check out the award-winning Roar of a Dragon series. You can read the first 3 chapters of each book there for free. If you'd like to hear more about them or more about what's going on the channel, you can listen to the Rise of Dragons podcast wherever you find your favorite podcasts. My Linktree, my Instagram, and my Twitter, all Bobby's World 2110. Mondays, I'm just going to say Mondays for right now, Eastern Standard Time, is the Bloodborne No Blood Vial run. This past Monday, I put up the win or bust of Father Gascoigne. And the reason I haven't given a time is because after this past Monday, which is when this video went up, from now on, the Monday videos are going to be all live streams from here on out. I'm doing this as a way to lessen my workload a little bit. I am going to obviously have to do a little bit of work, but it cuts down on, editing and uploading and all this stuff. I'm working so much right now at my full-time regular job as a store manager. I talked a little bit. I had a bit of a mental breakdown a couple weeks ago. So I'm just trying to find ways to lessen the load a little bit. And I think doing the Monday shows as a live stream is going to help out a little bit with that, and just lessen the load just a hair and make things a little bit easier for me. So that's what we're going to be doing from here on out. So from now on, Mondays are going to be live streams. Stay tuned to the Bobby's World YouTube page on Facebook. I will let you know when I'm going to be going live. It could be anytime from 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is the plan as of right now. The Soulsborne challenge videos are going to be live streams from here on out. So that is that. Back in the archives, I have a whole host of Soulsborne challenge videos. Dark Souls Remastered, Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Volumes 1 and 2 for Limgrave and Lordly of the Lakes. Sekiro, all kinds of stuff. So go back and check that out. Bobby's World Hunger Games, me and my friends in a Hunger Games simulator. 28 videos of those to check out, plus some special ones. Soulsborne Battle to the Death, where I pick 2 random Soulsborne bosses. I put them against each other, and I do bios, and I decide who I think would win. Then you leave your opinions in the comments. So over 100 of those to check out. Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is what you're watching right now, Your Father's Story. So don't necessarily have to explain exactly what that is. Saturdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Bobby's Gaming Lounge. That's my weekly live stream where I play games. You guys come in the chat, and we just have a grand old time. So this past Saturday was my second run at GTA 5 Heist with Christian and his friends, which was just a fun time. It's just a great time hanging out with those guys, and lots of silly times to be had. So it is Grand Theft Auto, so you can probably imagine what kind of nonsense transpired there. So go back and check those out. There's the last 2 weeks of live streams are there. This Saturday is a little bit up in the air right now. I kind of have a plan. Someone in my chat has been pushing really hard for a certain type of game, and I guess we'll see if that's actually going to take place this coming Saturday. And then the Saturday after that, I plan on hitting Resident Evil Requiem. So that everyone's looking forward to that, including myself. That's going to be a hell of a fun time. So yeah, that's going to be good. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all the programming notes. Thank you all so much for the love and support. The channel continues to grow. Keep hitting subscriber benchmarks. I'm very tired. Very, very tired. We keep hitting those subscriber benchmarks, so I really, really appreciate it. And the watch hours are good too. I keep climbing toward that that goal of getting remonetized. So working my ass off toward that. That's why last week when I had my my little mental health breakdown and I didn't put up any videos, I did a couple of live streams to just put some kind of content out there. And I appreciated you guys being patient with me on that, and just being very understanding. So thank you so much. I'm feeling a little bit better now. I'm back in the saddle. So everything should be good from here on out, at least for the time being. So just gonna keep pushing forward, just like I always do. Just knocking out that content, and as long as you guys are there to consume it, I'm there to just keep putting it out there. So, that's it. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World. I'm doing the wrong outro again. Can you not tell how tired I am? I'm just completely screwing with my steez here. I did get, I had a little like revelation, because now that I'm not doing videos on Mondays anymore, because I always did a little magic thing at the end when I was going to the outro, and I'm like, crap, I can't do the magic thing anymore. But I could do it right now. So we're gonna go to the outro. Hey, look at that. I'm over here now. I'm over here to give you more videos to watch. So up here, you can check out a video asking me whether I've achieved a good work-life balance or not. And down here, you can check out a video that is chosen for you by YouTube. So hopefully that's something that's down your alley. It should be, according to the YouTube algorithm. So there you have it. There's more videos for you to watch of Bobby's World 2110. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Have a good week. Be well, stay safe, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. Have a good one, guys.